Hello everybody, my name is Andre and I'm an expert here in our system, and today we're gonna be talking here about the outbound tab. That's where we're gonna create our outbounds, and that's where you can see all your outbounds, okay? So let's begin going around here and checking everything we have around here. So when you hit outbound shipments, the first thing you're gonna see here is all your outbounds. They're not here yet, but after we create on, I'm gonna show you how they're gonna show up here, okay? So the first way we can create an outbound, you hit new shipment here, and then we're gonna name here our outbound. Let's say the type of outbound it is, it's gonna be the name you're gonna put here. Let's say it's an FBA outbound, so we're gonna put here FBA, maybe the date or anything you want us to know, okay? We recommend you to create it like that. Just put the name of the outbound and the date if that's an FBA shipment. If it's an FBM shipment, let's say FBM and just the order number, maybe anything like that. Let's say you want to create an optimized outbound shipment, so you're gonna put here FBA optimized, and that's it. You just put anything you want here, but it is very important for you to put the type of outbound you can put here, okay? So what is an optimized outbound? It's an outbound that Amazon requests us to put in 5 different boxes with the same products inside each of the 5 boxes. So that means you gotta have multiple of 5 products. So let's say you have 5 of this product, 5 of that product, 5 in this product, 5 of this product. You're gonna put it in this outbound, and it's gonna be optimized. It's gonna be quicker to get on Amazon. It's gonna be faster for day 2 inbound, and that's something that Amazon started doing this year, and something very interesting. If you want to know more about that, please let us know. You can ask us any questions you'd like. And let's follow up here. I'm just gonna put the FBA and the date and create the shipment, okay? So when we get here to the outbound page, we can see all the little tabs we have here. So the first tab is the items. That's where you're gonna be able to see all the items you added to this outbound. The second tab here is services. This is where our team is gonna put what was added to your outbound. This means if you had maybe poly bags or boxes or bubble wrap, this is all gonna be here in services. You can check that for your information. That's really helpful, and it's really easy to know what was added to your outbound, okay? And here's the attachment tab. This attachment tab is something that you're gonna be using for FBM. We're gonna be talking about FBM later in this video. I'm gonna show you guys how to create an FBM outbound. But let's follow up here. Let's go back to items to add a few items to this outbound. So in this case, I'm gonna add some items here. Let's say I wanna add those here, and I'm gonna add those here. To add, you just hit this little plus sign here, and you're gonna be adding them. You just add the quantity you wanna add here. Let's say 5 of these and 5 of that. You can hit listings or items, whatever it's easier for you to find. So this items here, I'm gonna add 5 of those 2. You can hit here 2 a few times to add 5. If you hit 5 times, it's gonna add 5 too, or you can just change the quantity here, okay? So you just go here after you chose all of them, and you go add items here. That's gonna add all your items to your outbound, okay? All right, so the last thing we gotta touch here is the notes tab over here in the top. So let's say you have a listing change that you wanna do. You wanna change from, you're gonna just write it here in the notes, change from this SKU here 2 and you add the SKU. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 is the new SKU they want to add. So this is where you're gonna communicate with us one more time. We talked about that in inbound, but this here in the outbound is very important too. Or let's say this is an outbound that is optimized. So you're gonna put here optimized outbound, or any information that is useful that you notice that it's missing, or something that you want us to pay attention, you just put here in the notes. Just please let us know whatever you want to do. We're gonna be happy to help you with that, okay? And that's it, we have just created our outbound. So if we come back here to outbound shipments, you're gonna be able to see the outbound you created, the date it was created, and the quantity of things that you added to this outbound, okay? So now let's go back to another way that you can create an outbound. This is the way that we recommend you to do. It's easier and it's way more accurate, so you can add the right quantity. So now we're actually not gonna be here in the outbound shipment tab. We're gonna hit inventory. All right, so when we hit inventory here, we're gonna be able to see all our products. So the first thing we ask you to do is go here and put show the most you can, because that's gonna be way handier for you to go around here. So let's say we have 100 SKUs that you want to add. So to see everything you have in available to ship, you go here to this filter tab in the top and you hit available. That's gonna show just the items that are available for you to ship. So when you hit this little box over here, you're gonna select all the items. So this is a select all button, and that's how in bulk actions we're gonna be able to add them to the outbound. So stay here and I'm gonna show you how to create a new shipment through here. So when we are here, we leave it like that as create new shipment, because we're gonna add this to a new shipment, okay? So let's say this is an FBA optimized to, okay, and let's say this is the FBA that we're gonna create. Now all those items are gonna be added to that. When you hit save and view, you're gonna be able to see that you created the optimized shipment and all our items are here. It's really easy to see and really easier to add all the products you want, because in the inventory everything is stated there and everything is easier to see. Okay, so this is how you create the way that we recommend you to create, because it makes everything simpler for us and simpler for you, because you're gonna be able to add all the items from your inventory and everything you want to ship. Okay, that's the way we recommend you to do. All right, so let's say you have a product that is not in your outbound and you want to add it to your already created outbound. We don't recommend you to create multiple outbounds. Let's say you want to convert your inbound to an outbound. That's not a way we recommend it to create it, because then we're going to have multiple outbounds and that's going to make your process and our process more complicated. So we recommend you to go here and just create it in a bulk session and not one by one. So let's say we have this product here in stock. Let's go here and filter again, just so you know that this is the only item we have here to add. So we select it here again in bulk actions. We're gonna add it to outbound. That means we're gonna add it to an already existing outbound. And how do we do that? Actually, it's very simple. So instead of just creating new shipment, we're gonna select here the outbound we want it to be. So let's say we want to add this one to this outbound, and when you hit the name of the outbound, you're gonna be adding to this outbound. So you just hit save and view, and that's it. Instead of creating another outbound and having to merge it later, we just added all our products in the same outbound. It makes it easier for you to understand where all your products are and where they're gonna be shipped. So please pay attention on that, and don't add it if we were already working on your outbound. So let's say you see here that your outbound is locked, or let's say you see here that we already created your FBA plan in your outbound, and we would not recommend you to add your products. That's probably gonna cause a discrepancy in your quantities in your stock. So please pay attention to that, because that's very important, and you don't want to not have your items in stock, but it's gonna make everything confusing. So pay attention if we have already created your outbound plan to Amazon or to whatever we're shipping to, any of the marketplaces, okay? So pay attention to that. If you have already shipped or we are working on your outbound, don't add more products, okay? So this is how you create some types of outbounds. Let's say we have an FBM shipment. It's easy for you to create that. So we can go here to new shipment and just put FBM, or let's say you're shipping to eBay, any marketplace, or anything that you have a label, we're able to ship it through here. So you just have to put it here, the type of outbound. Let's say that's a domestic shipment to wherever you're shipping. If you have a label, if you want us to buy a label for you, please just let us know. We're happy to help you. So in this case, I'm gonna be creating an FBM. This is the order number, and I'm gonna be shipping one of those items here. Let's see, this one here, that's what I'm gonna be shipping. So let's say we have one of those and we're gonna be shipping that. So in this case, I have to attach the label here in the attachments tab. So you just hit attachment tab, add attachment, you just put a name here, you can put whatever you want. I'm just gonna put label here. So let's just add this label we have here, and just hit attach. And that's how you create an FBM shipment. It's that simple. You just put the attachment there. It can be an UPS, FedEx, USPS, DHL, Amazon. Just put it there. We're gonna be happy to help you. If we don't have a pickup already, you can schedule a pickup at our location. If you have questions about that, please reach us in our WhatsApp. We're gonna be happy to help you. Okay. Any other questions, you can also reach us. That we are gonna be trying to help you and working on your problem. Please just let us know any questions, okay? Your success is our success. Thank you very much.